about this space? I mean, there is many things you could do. You could have built a huge house for yourself here. Why did you build this space?
Yeah, firstly, in Kannada, ellarigu namaskara.
Yes.
So, little bit of history of this
Yes,
place, right?
yeah.
So you are on one of the oldest rock formations in the world. It's about 3.5 million years old, right? This is part of what is called the Dharwar Craton. And the Indians, this is the place where the Indian subcontinent first happened, right? So it's that old. So every place in India can claim heritage, can claim history, but you can't be older than the formation of the country itself, the very bedrock of this country. So you are really at a special place today. I mean, Vani started with this spiritual thing today, but just being here in this place just has a very different energy.
Yes.
There's good and bad. So now everybody wants a piece of this energy.
Yes.
So you had first Satya Sai move their thing from Puttaparthi to now here Muddenalli.
Yeah.
So the new Satya Sai center is just 10 minutes, 15 minutes from this place.
Yeah.
Then Sadhguru himself said, Coimbatore is, or wherever it is not good enough. I need a better place.
Yeah.
That's 15 minutes from this place.
Yeah.
So this is really, if Bangalore was the tech capital, this is going to be the spiritual and the creative capital of this place, of the country. And that's my 10-year kind of vision for this place.
Yes.
And so Lakshmi, I think for me it was a very natural thing. And thanks to Vani, I've been involved with Ink on and off. I visited one in Mumbai.
Yeah.
She just reminded me. But it was, so you are, kind of one of my tools to make this place so you're in the future verse is this Nandi, which is going to be the next place where you can immerse yourself in multiple dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Ink is about that, and this is just maybe one mechanism. So we'll have multiple mechanisms, and I'll also call out Dheeraj, who's, of course, some of you met him last night.
Yeah.
So Dheeraj is my co-conspirator to make this place that thing. So thank you for coming here.
Yeah. No, it's been amazing. I mean, it's sort of, for a conference, it's a little scary to come here. Like, what if it rains? What if something happens? But I felt our community is that we'll go with the flow. It's so beautiful here. Whether it's rain, sunshine, it doesn't matter. We'll have a great time. Because it is true. It's very, very spiritual, very quiet thing. And it just feels great to be here.
And a little bit about the architecture, right?
Yeah.
So this place is designed by an Italian architect who is from the Tuscany Hills area.
Mm-hmm.
And when he saw this place, he said, this reminds me of Tuscany and, the rolling hills. And, of course, there are some vineyards here. There's the Sula vineyard, so some of you can visit there. So he had been to Hampi. And he said, Hampi, of course, people can go there. But what if everybody can experience a little bit of Hampi right when they come to Bangalore?
Yes.
So that's what Roberto he's actually stays in between Jaipur and Bali. Mm-hmm. But, I really have to thank him for that inspiration from Hampi, getting about 1,000 artisans to spend like almost 2 years. Yeah. Every stone that you see there is real stone, right?
Yeah.
Is physically carved. Yeah. It was, there's these 2 villages near Tamil Nadu where a lot of that old folks who built the Mahabalipuram and some of those are still there. So they came here and spent that 2 years.
And that's why we try to use the space. So tomorrow when we have workshops, a couple of them are going to be in the mandap over there. And we are sending you guys to different places. The dinners are over there. And we have Tariq, who used to work with us, who brought those amazing elephants. So we really want us to celebrate the local heritage and culture, because this is not a conference of us coming here. It's inviting the local people, local cuisine, local
Yeah, just
everything
soak
to be
in this
part.
place. I told you the
Yeah.
energy is something else. This was a very old, the Cholas, of course, were here, and the Jain Bastis. So,
Yeah.
so the Jains were here many, many years ago. I don't know, you should have Siddharth do a quick, Siddharth Raja. He is like the local historian here. He
Yeah.
should do a quick extempore 10 minutes
Yeah.
about this place, the temple,
Yeah.
the 1,300-year-old temple. And of course,
Yeah, and I went to a few weddings in that temple.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
beautiful. So one of the other things, Prashant, you spend a lot of time on entrepreneurship in India. And when we were talking earlier, he represents Axel, so I was like, oh, can we invite other, VCs? He's like, everybody. This is not about Axel at all. So while it's not about Axel, it is about a journey of being a venture capitalist in this country.
it is about, like you said, the new India moment.
Correct.
I
yeah.
think, Vani, I think when we all started in the early 2000, people were really thinking that India, venture capital, entrepreneurship, all of this just, I mean, you guys must be dreaming, it's just, but I think, I was just from Singapore and just coming there from this, there's the Super Returns conference. And the gaze that India has is almost requires drishti.
Yeah.
It's India's moment, and I think you've been kind of talking about it for many,
Yes.
almost a decade now.
Yeah.
But this is the time to actually celebrate and say that, you know what, a lot of things have conspired
Yeah.
to make us the one spot in this world today where
Correct.
everybody wants to be,
Right.
and it's just, we're so proud
Yeah.
that now people will start telling these stories, Lakshmi. So you don't
Yeah.
have to tell these stories anymore.
No,
I
we
think
never
you have
tell their
done-
stories. They are telling their
Yeah,
own
but
stories.
I
It's
think
true.
a lot
Yeah.
of your initial
Yeah.
things will now come to fruition. Yeah,
And
but
also-
so the VC,
Yeah.
the VC part is just one
Correct.
small thing, but there's like just so much about this country now that
Yeah.
the whole world wants to be a part of.
And also, I think one of the things, I do feel that, we got our economic independence in 91, so we really are a much younger country than 75 years old. And I do see in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, there is still a lot more, sophistication is not right word. We need to learn a lot more about ethics. We need to learn a lot more about behavior. We need to do, and it's a matter of just growing up. We're barely adults, So I just feel that while I feel extremely positive about India, I also feel we need to pay a lot of attention over the next few years for the quality of work that we do.
You're right. I think being grounded and humility are
Yeah.
also very Indian,
Yeah.
or should be very close to our ethos and
Yes.
the way we are, right? So, I think here I'll give a small plug
Yeah.
to something called Unboxing Bangalore
Yes.
that I've started to work on, which is about making sure that the city and the greater city, which is Nandi, NCR is known for a set of things, politics and things around that place, right? But Bangalore should become a new destination for things beyond technology, right? So the whole idea of unboxing and ink and many such things. So we will have a Unboxing Bangalore festival every December from the 1st to the 10th, just like the Edinburgh festival that you have. And you know what inspired me? The biggest ticketed event in the world after the World Cup and Olympics is the Edinburgh Festival. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I did not know this.
All the theater, the plays, and the festivals.
So I said,
wow.
is there something like this in Asia? No. And, I think Bangalore, my new moniker for Bangalore is the city of new beginnings. Everything post-independence that is of any tangible value that has positioned India where it is today has started in this city. And we have to celebrate that. We have to be proud of that.
Yeah.
So this is the epicenter of it all,
Yeah.
right? So whether it is your first aircraft, your first spacecraft, Nandan and what he did, the Infosys. I mean, you can just look at every new beginning has its inception in this city.
Yeah.
So.
And I think every state, every city should have a champion like Prashant. His love for Bangalore is unbelievable. And just, bringing everybody here, keeping everybody together here. And we are beneficiaries of that. But really,
no, but because,
I have to.
Because I think Bangalore embodies a lot of what, in my mind, and of course, like you said, with us being not single-dimensional, it's not about just entrepreneurship, valuations, money, your car. If you see, there are a few things about the city which I think should remain. I mean, you could be a billionaire in Bangalore, you go to a cafe, you're not dressed any different here.
Correct.
You don't come in a very different car. Right?
Yeah.
Can we retain some of those things that we have in the city? So, and I think unless we make sure that everybody understands that there is more to life than money, there is more to life, like you just said, in those moments.
Yeah.
And it's about you being you and respecting people and recognizing people for what they are. And I think those are things that are quintessentially Bangalore.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that they are, in some sense, a role model for future cities in India.
Yeah.
And that's what people globally recognize India for.
Yeah.
We might create 100 unicorns, but they should say that, you know what, it's the land of unicorns, but people are very different there.
Right. And it's very true. I mean, 12 years ago when my husband and I decided to move to India, we looked at everything and we said Bangalore because it's closest to, sort of where we felt comfortable. It is nerd heaven a little bit, so we really like that.
No, and I really want to call out the first generation, right? Whether it was the Premjis, whether it was the Nandans, whether it was Kiran. We are, like you said, we are standing on the shoulders of those giants, right?
Yeah.
Who have created a new meaning for what it means to have wealth and what it means to share wealth and what it means to build a city which is selfless.
Yes.
And it just did not happen. So I think what we are doing is just a little bit talking about it and amplifying. We have not done anything. It's these people who really have, made everybody realize that you can be different with money and you can be different with the way you work and treat people.
True. Thanks, Prashant. So money is means to an end. So thank you so much. We are beneficiaries of all your work. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.